Hello and welcome to the podcast. Today we are joined by the gang, including...
Hey, it's me, Brandon.
Alejandro. Your boy Mario.
Alexis.
His name is Alexis.
And Jesse.
Dang.
Oh, and not only to mention yourself.
I'm Hayden.
Yeah.
Woo! All right. So today, what are we even gonna talk about? Well, in this podcast, we will be diving into the nitty-gritty details of immortality. Is the pro-immortality side a selfish cult that is afraid of the unknown voids of death? Or is the neg-immortality side supporters of ending innocent lives for the selfish gain of leaving this life? Should, could, or would it be a choice to be immortal? So, who wants to give us a little background details?
How about the pro-immortality?
Oh, or how about we talk about that man, Genghis Khan? That's right. All right, look, I'll tell you about not Genghis Khan. I'll tell you about Qin Shi Huang. This man was an emperor a long time ago, and he was ancient Chinese, and he wanted to be immortal. So what he did was that he ended up drinking mercury because he thought that would make him immortal, but then it just killed him off anyways, which you all can see the irony in that. So it's kind of just goes to show the length that people will go to avoid death.
Yeah, that dude
Nice.
kind of dope because when he was drinking all the mercury, he went a little crazy and started fighting the ocean. Commanded his army to charge into the sea, which is pretty dope. The price you pay for immortality.
Fight the gods of the sea.
Right, exactly.
So,
Alexis, you seem to be an expert on jellyfish, so I'll hand it over to you to tell us about jellyfish.
Alright, going along with the topic of immortality, as humans, we'll probably never achieve it.
I disagree, but I'll let
Bet.
that by. I will let that by now.
Okay, we'll talk about that more later on. Okay, but the thing is, scientists have discovered that jellyfish are essentially immortal, but just because they lack actual organs like brains and...
just organs in
Organs.
general.
and the lack of aging after adult life.
All right. So you know that scene in Nemo when they're all bouncing,
When they're bouncing
on
on
the
the
top of the
jellyfish,
jellyfish. Yeah.
That they killed,
Those
almost
jellyfish.
killed Nemo.
Those jellyfish could be either 1 year old or 1,000.
Oh.
I think the small one's 1 year old.
Yeah. Or like a day.
All right.
Well, alright, so now that we have a little background info on immortality, let's get the app side for immortality, the pro-mortality side, to give their reasons why they support immortality. And that person is Brandon.
Hey guys. All right. So let me just tell you a little bit. I think that yes, immortality should be achieved by humans, and I do think it's in some sense possible. At least to extend life in some way, but a lot of people they say death is needed because death is like a motivator, and I feel like since it's always happened, right? It's never been a time without death. We have kind of accepted it as humans, even though anything else that causes pain, cause suffering, anything that causes us to die, we see as bad, which I think is kind of ironic in a sense. So I think that obviously death is the worst thing that can happen, and we should do everything we can to avoid it, to keep people alive, because death is kind of like an ending point, and you don't get to continue on. You could be gaining so much more knowledge, so much more time, especially even not if you achieve more immortality, but extended life for say thousands of years. So yeah, that's my case, guys.
Cool.
Alright, well, I mean, I agree with the extended life for 1,000 years. But everything needs an end in our lives, dude. There's no such thing as, something that's, sempiternal, just always going. I disagree with the immortality thing because, honestly, if immortality were to exist, if we did have that option, then, you know, it would just be geared towards the elites. You know, only rich people would have immortality.
No!
And the impoverished people, they would just die over and over again, and only the rich would survive.
Alright.
I think that is bad, and it'll oppress a lot of people.
Alright.
No one would be able to get it.
Okay, let's say we don't live in that world. Let's say we live in a world where from birth every single person is implanted with, you know, whatever thing that keeps us immortal, right? Then in that situation, where do you lie?
I still disagree heavily because overpopulation would be super duper bad. You know, there'd be way too many people, and also, does your body age?
Yeah, would your
If
body
you're
still
like-
age? What
Start
if you're just
decomposing,
useless?
yet you're still alive? So you're in a perpetual state of doing nothing.
Well, I got
about
one
just-
question for you. Are there too many jellyfish?
No,
No.
because people eat them.
No, they.
Yes,
Okay.
they do.
Yeah.
Well, we
Do
could
jellyfish
also
have
eat
sex?
some humans. Anyways, no, but the thing is with overpopulation, right? That's why we obviously if we just like invented immortality instantly, like right now, it's probably be bad because then we don't have like population is going out of control.
So we would have to prepare.
But we would have to prepare, like getting to Mars, sending people, like getting like large ships to send people to, you know, other galaxies and stuff like that. And plus, immortality can solve in that, or it can help in that sense. If you have, you know, even extended life, obviously, but immortality, that means you can get to, you know, the farthest reaches of the galaxy, or, you know, farthest reaches of the universe that, you know, we've never been explored, obviously, to be able to, you know, get to there without having to die. So, I think that if we can do
you
that,
could achieve the same thing in theory. Just keep on having kids while you're flying over.
well, yeah, but why? Well, yeah. Okay, you know what? Good argument. But still, I think that the overpopulation thing could be solved by having spread out people across, you know, galaxies.
Good old
Well,
imperialism.
population-
Well, specifically the solar system, and then, you know, on the galaxies. I don't know if it's actually possible to get to other galaxies, considering the rate expansion of the universe, but that's beside the point.
Anyways.
We can populate the entire solar system, guys.
But like, as population grows faster, right? Like exponentially. So it gets to a point where there's nowhere else to go, and
Well,
there's
think
too
about it.
many
It's
people.
growing exponentially already.
Yeah. So,
But
but
people
people
are
are dying.
But
People
people
are
die.
dying at the same time.
Exactly.
If people aren't dying and it's just growing exponentially, eventually, it just won't work.
What if, like, planetary, like,
Then we can
going to
have
different planets can't catch up to our...
restrictions on the amount of kids you can have. Huh?
So China.
Yes. Except
So
like,
non-free.
but think about it. They never die, so you'll never have to get new ones.
At what age?
Recycle a baby.
Wait, but eventually wouldn't they grow up and move away?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's life.
Well, it's
People
not
are
because
gonna
people
want
are
more.
immortal now.
What if they move out like 200?
Yeah, think about it. Yeah, you could have like you have so much time to acquire knowledge, and you'd live till the end of the universe. And I think that's, or you know, maybe not the end of the universe, but I don't know.
I feel like
I
that's
don't want to
what
live
this
through
is.
the big crunch or whatever.
It's like everyone's just like,
Well, all this for nothing.
So, how would that like change like laws? Like smoking is like 21, drinking is 21, driving license is 18.
Until you're 200.
I assume-
driver's license is 16,
16, sorry,
actually.
16.
in my mind, an optimal immortality would be like being able to make it so you develop up to your peak at the same time, right? But then you don't stop at a current peak, which is like I guess like 30, I don't know, something like that, right? You'd be able to like keep going, so you'd grow, like you'd be like in your peak maybe like, you know, 200 or 300 or whatever 100, right? And if it's immortality, then you never peak. It's just you're always
So
like
would
in
we,
an
like-
optimal condition.
Would we age slowly?
Yeah, I feel like you'd like age like much slowly, especially immortality. I think that if we have the science to make immortality, we'd have the science to stop aging of your body, right? So
True.
Wouldn't that like kind of slow down evolution in a biological sense, though?
well, I think evolution is kind of already done with humans, right?
Well, people still have lactose.
But you
How-
have wings.
how-
Yeah, sure. You want us to not be able to drink milk for the rest of our life?
But think about it. We could just fix those problems too.
I guess it makes
Kill all
sense.
the
We
cows.
With like a higher, grade of science. I
we
think.
kill those with lactose intolerance.
So instead of
Selective breeding.
instead of evolution by natural selection, it's evolution by selection of
Selective
humans.
selection.
Selective selection.
Sounds like the Nazis.
Exactly.
Wait,
Alright, no,
Nazi
I'm kidding.
Germany
Do not
and
do
China.
that. I disagree with that.
Nazis.
Just gonna get them out there.
Disclaimer.
Alright. But
Okay.
as for laws, I think you'd still be able to drink and smoke or maybe it'd get outlawed because it's bad for you. Do not drink or smoke.
What if it
We're not
tastes
making
good?
Unless-
immortals to die.
Unless you drink responsibly and smoke responsibly, please. Thank you.
So, could you die if you're immortal? Like, what are the
Conditions of death.
See, I think that you could be killed, but not naturally die.
So, like, smoking could still kill. You could still get cancer.
Yeah, you get like lung cancer, stuff like that, which means I think
But would the
Yeah.
immortality prolong your life, prolonging the suffering that you're getting from cancer, or?
well, maybe then at that point it's just euthanasia. Just
Oh.
I don't know what to tell. I mean, like if you're in that.
What
kind
about
of suffering.
people with like?
But also, I think you could heal it if we have immortality. I don't know.
True.
That's
true.
where all the things going on.
What about people with like disabilities? Or
Heal them too.
heal?
I just imagine like we're like.
So like immortality would be the peak of like,
Yeah.
medical
Oh,
science.
medical
That's what I
science.
think,
Okay.
And so I think that it should naturally go into a development, right? So, I mean, right now we're working on, like, prosthetics that, work with your mind. And you can, like, literally move the prosthetics with your mind as if you're moving your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to get better and better. And then we can move into, like, fixing disabilities. And then, prolonging life longer than, what's current life expectancy, like 80-ish, somewhere around there. And then as that develops more and more, we live for hundreds of years, and I guess
But
thousands. Of years,
Honestly, I'm 18, and I'm kind of already over it. Like, I feel like I hit my peak a while ago.
I don't want to get a
What?
new subscription to life.
Yeah. I can't imagine living 80 years, let alone like 300.
More like 3,000.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I feel the same, but there's also a part of me that I know that I never want
There's
to die.
an entry. So you're afraid of death.
Yes.
Scaredy cat, little baby.
I'm not a baby.
With immortality, you would be.
True. I guess like our elders would be like millions of years old. It's like.
Probably just, Alright, so what about like a solution? Like, what is the middle ground that we could all agree on? Like, just an extended life or immortality?
Only prisoners are immortal.
Oh, well, that begs the question.
Punishment.
As punishment.
As punishment.
We just like
So they can
rip
serve
it
their
out of
immortality.
them.
So they can serve their whole sentence.
So would like immortality be a right or a privilege?
Oh.
And then that just goes into
Or
my
punishment.
argument about the elitists. They would only.
It would be a right. It would be a right.
So you can't take it away from inmates.
Yeah. Well,
You can only.
but
get
think about
inmates.
it. Inmates can't vote. Inmates can't live forever.
That's how you control population.
Yes,
You just
exactly.
imprison
Incarcerate
everyone.
Anyone that ever commits any crime of any degree
Alright.
is instantly.
Alright, so you just turned 5,000. It's time
True,
for you
if
to
you
go
can't
to
behave
jail.
in the society, you don't deserve to live.
Exactly.
So, you said you hit your peak and then you stop aging. If you turn the immortality off, do you just like rapidly age after that? Just like suddenly? Or is it still like another 40 years until
What
you
is
die?
like a logical solution to immortality? Because in my head, I picture just like constantly replacing your failing parts, like a broken car.
Like Cars?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Cars, the movie.
if you replace every part of your broken car, is it the same car? Or?
I'm going to the body shop.
You're going into the ship.
It's like, yo, I wanna like extend my legs real quick. So you can just,
Oh, get a little taller. Get a little
Yeah.
Ah, well, I I mean, you can replace your limbs and stuff, but it's about the mind.
Ah.
Replace
But
Yeah,
with
how
everlasting life
old-
comes everlasting knowledge.
Well, wait, what
Does
if you
it,
earn
though?
too much knowledge and your brain stops working?
Then you replace your brain. Get a bigger brain.
you download. This is what you do.
You
We
download it
replace-
onto an MP3 file.
we completely replace brains with computers,
JPEG files.
and you upload you upload the whatever consciousness of a brain into a computer chip, and then have like massive amounts of storage.
And that's how it helps law enforcement. Because like, did he do this? Let's check his memory drive.
Whoa! So then that's like, is that under privacy? I would assume, huh? Because I mean,
Oh my god.
Wow.
Well, life expectancy has like increased over the years, so I guess you could say we're already increasing that. Why do we need to be immortal?
well,
Just death
think about
bad.
it. Currently in the U.S., life expectancy is going down for the first time in, I'm pretty sure, ever.
That's because people are committing suicide.
Exactly. Well, that's an issue, isn't it?
I think that's a whole nother
If
issue.
we make him immortal.
They change an eternal life of pain.
This is terrible to joke about.
Alright, dude. Cut it.
Alright.
What time are we at?
16, 20.
60, 20.
Dang, that was
Alright.
quick.
But if we're gonna live
Well-
forever, we can keep going.
Alright, well, I think we should end it off with some kind of compromise.
Alright.
Propose a compromise.
Immortality is a choice.
Alexis will now propose a compromise
And then Jesse will either agree or disagree.
and elaborate on any
And
points that
elaborate.
Alexis might have probably will have missed.
Okay, I feel like if you want immortality, you should have it, and until the time you want to just leave it, you can end immortality.
Alright, I would
So
like
it's up to
to
choice.
add something to that. See, that's where I don't know if I could do it. Because then it would just be you living and watching everyone else around you die. And I don't know if I could do that.
It'd be kind of
Well,
suicide.
You'd be
I mean,
basically
like,
killing
everybody
yourself
has
at
a
that
choice.
Yeah, it's
point.
basically
Right.
suicide.
That's
That
basically
choice.
suicide.
Well, yeah, it's like, and it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But like, it's like seeing people that don't want to be immortal. I don't know. That'd be a hard thing for me to grasp, but
It'd be pretty much the same as now, but like,
But like more people dying in front of you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But,
and that could
I,
lead to you yourself doing it.
I got that. Jesse, what's your thoughts?
Well, like what Alexis is saying of having people choose their own immortality, like length, I'd agree with it somewhat, but like to the point that let's say someone wants to die at like 21. Like, what's the point? Like, if you have immortality, why not live longer?
Yeah. So do you think there should be like a minimum
Like
a minimum age at which
maybe
you can
like a
choose to
minimum of-
die?
Maybe a minimum of
Age of consent.
But that's
Consent.
that's like taking away the freedom at that point. Like you're making them live the life they don't want, maybe.
Yeah,
Well,
guess.
I mean, technically, isn't that, why we prevent suicides?
That's true.
So it's like, at what point do we call it suicide? At what point do we call it euthanasia? You know?
Well, my solution is that we just extend our lives. To be
That's
long.
I feel like that's a
Not
better
long.
one.
I feel like
Maybe like 120.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah, I'll accept that. Or 1,000.
Yeah.
Between there.
So,
In between,
There's a
not
number we can agree
immortality,
on.
Just the extension of life. All right. Good work, boys.
Hey.
We didn't
I-
talk about all the like economic stuff
Hey,
on
we
it,
don't
but
care
that's just me.
We don't care about it. Shh.
At the end of the day, we should critically think about different aspects of our lives. It is important to engage with each other's differing opinions to find solutions and compromises. Because at the end of the day, we may not become immortal, but our voices and messages will live far, far beyond us.
Way to kill the mood. I'm just kidding. All right.
Okay, bye.